Hello children, welcome back to your English language class. In the previous class, we studied about interrogative indirect speech sentences. We learnt the rules, the 6 steps which we have to follow while changing an interrogative sentence direct speech to indirect speech. Now in this module, we are going to continue with the same part but with the second type. As I have already told you that there are 2 types of interrogative sentence. In the previous module, we studied about the first type of interrogative sentence which starts with any of the interrogative word. Now in this module, we are going to study the second type of interrogative sentence, in which interrogative sentence starts with auxiliary verb. Alright, we have to follow same rules, only slight changes there, that please listen to it carefully. So let's revise. We have to copy the speaker, the teacher is the speaker. Alright, now who is the listener? The PN. Alright, the PN is the listener. So we'll copy. Now, what is the first rule? If you remember, yes. First rule is to change said to. We are not going to use told here, alright, because it's an interrogative sentence. So the correct way is to use asked. So the teacher asked the PN. Alright, so this we have completed with the first step. Now, what's the second step? The second step is to change comma and inverted commas. In the first kind of interrogative sentence, we studied that we have to remove. But again, when an interrogative sentence starts with an auxiliary verb, what we have to do? We have to replace these commas and inverted commas. Again, we have come to the replacement, but we will not use that. We will use some another word. What is that? That is if or whether. There are 2 options. You can use anyone. Alright, you can use anyone, if or whether, but go with one, so you will not be confused. So it's better to use if. It's my suggestion, rest is yours. And you, whatever you wish, if is also correct and whether is also correct. Clear? So the second rule is to replace these comma and inverted commas with the word if. The teacher asked the PN if. Now what we have to do? We have to change. What was the third rule? Third rule was to change the interrogative sentence to a simple sentence. How? By changing the position of auxiliary verb and noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun comes first and auxiliary verb goes after that. So it becomes a simple sentence. If we are going to use the auxiliary verb first, it will again become interrogative, which is wrong. Alright, and while changing this, we also have to follow, this is the third rule, to change the position. Now what was the fourth rule? If there is a pronoun, there is no pronoun in this sentence, so we are not going to use the fourth rule here. Now the fourth rule will be the change of tense. What will be the fourth rule? Change of tense. Alright. Then fifth rule will be remove the question mark and replace it by a full stop. So the teacher asked the PN if. What is the third rule? To change the position. So we will put the noun first, if sir. Now what is the fourth rule? To change the tense. The third rule was to change the position. Noun will come first and auxiliary verb will go after that. But auxiliary verb tells us about the tense. So we are going to change the tense. Present tense changes into past. So is will become was. If sir was, and then copy the full sentence. Sir was in the office. And then what is the fifth rule? The fifth rule is to remove the question mark and put a full stop. So it's very simple. Only you have to remember the steps and you have to work accordingly. You have to learn the tenses, the rules, how to change tense, the rules, how to change as per the sentences. If it is a declarative sentence, there are some different rules. If it is an interrogative sentence, and that also, if interrogative is starting with question word, it has a different rule. If interrogative is starting with an auxiliary verb, it has a different rule. The most important thing is that you have to learn, alright, and do it stepwise. So let us revise again. What is the first rule? Set to changes to asked. We have done the first rule. The teacher asked the PN. Then what is the second rule? Remove inverted commas in comma and replace it with the word if. So we have done that also. Ask the PN if. Now what was the third rule? To change the position. So we have done the third rule. Alright, we have used the noun first. Now what was the fifth rule? Fifth rule is to change the tense. So we have changed the tense. Is has become was. Present has become past tense. Then we have copied the sentence, and then what is the fifth rule? We have to remove this interrogative mark and we have to put full stop. That also we have done. Alright children, so please watch this video again and again so there is no confusion. Alright, thank you.